Welcome back, everybody, to the SOOP Duel series. It's time for Light versus Best. We're starting out here on Polypoid. What a matchup, honestly. SOOP has been blessing us lately with some of the best matchups to watch going into this season of the ASL. These two players have been training like mad. They have been grinding out hours and staying on top of their games. Some players in the ASL right now have not been putting in the hours. They've been not been putting in just as much work. People like Bisu took a lot of time off. Rain, obviously, still could go deep, but hasn't been practicing as much as Light or Best. These two guys are at the absolute peak of their game. Non-stop practice. And they are looking for a deep run in the ASL before Flash returns. I could see either one of these guys going all the way to the finals. Maybe not able to beat Sulky. Maybe Light could beat Sulky in the finals. That would be an incredible finals. We saw Light versus Sulky in an earlier SDS, so definitely check that out. We have yet to see Best versus Sulky in an SDS, so that might be coming up in the future. Again, we've been getting so blessed with our matchups lately from SOOP. So make sure to come in and support the stream, guys. Give them good reason to pick out great matchups for us and send them our way. We got Best sending out a Zealot first. He's going to get this harassment going. Light doing a good job of keeping some distance between his Marine and this Zealot, but Zealot going to get up here in the main, and unfortunately this is an Artosis SCV. It goes to the wrong side. Going to take some extra damage. Beautiful micro so far. Oh, okay. Does get the one Marine there. Was handling that pretty well until Best got on top of that. Was able to deal quite a bit of damage there. Oh, almost gets the probe as well. Now just 3 Marines versus this one Zealot. However, the SCV has done working, so the point of exposure, the point of weakness here, being that SCV, no longer present, and Light will be able to push everything back. Best retreating, as the Vulture will be coming out here soon. No range upgrade from what I can see just yet from Best, and Light gonna get in here, takes another look. I thought he might run around in the main a little bit longer, but instead he's going to pull that SCV back. And here comes the kill on the Vulture, or on the Zealot. There it is. Zealot goes down. Vulture will escape. And behind this, making a CC. Gonna go up onto this high ground. Try to take a decent fight here. This is actually a pretty interesting position from Light. You rarely ever see a Terran player take this spot, holding the high ground at the third for Polypoid. Pretty interesting stuff. 3 Marines and a Vulture is pretty standard to try and block that first Dragoon, but not even allowing the Dragoon to come to the natural is a pretty strong play. Best is not sure now if there's a CC there or not. Can't rule out a 2-fact just yet, so he's going to have that in the back of his mind. Range does begin. And he's got that Robo on the way. Not sure if that was Robo before range or range before Robo, but it seems like they were at a similar time. Put up some mines here. Any missed shot would be very, very catastrophic. No missed shots so far. Getting very lucky there. Best hits all 6 shots up onto high ground and manages to clear that out. At the same time, though, Light did run up with a Vulture, lands a mine, and clears that one Dragoon. Pretty good trade there. What was that? 3 mines, 4 mines for a Dragoon. Not too bad. Free units for 125 minerals, 50 gas. And return home and build up, or repair, excuse me, these Vultures. A drop coming in. This is classic Light. This guy is so well known for his drop play. 6 minutes into the game, any Protoss worth his salt should have Dragoons ready for this aggressive play. You've seen so many Vultures out on the map. It stands to reason that this could be a Vulture drop, and here are those Dragoons ready to play. Trying to stop this as soon as possible. A lot of probes are going to go down. What's this Dragoon doing? Oh my god, this Dragoon on the right-hand side glitches out. It's not going to come to help clear a lot of probe damage, my gosh. And in the natural as well at the same time. Beautifully done here by Light. Getting in, crushing this mineral line, and the economy of Best is in tatters. 10 worker lead for Light now. He just needs to hold whatever counter comes from Best. And it doesn't even seem like Best can get out here. He's going to start to push out with some Dragoons now. There's still no bunker, by the way. Crazy what Light's been able to get away with and the amount of damage he's done at the same time. Going for another drop into the main. Oh, this could be a killing blow. If you lose any more probes when you're already this far behind, each and every one is so painful. And he is going to go in, try to get some more kills here, laying down some mines as well. Target down the probes. He is getting some damage. How's it going in the natural? We're going to get a shot of it soon here. Looks like Best is not going to be pushing in, though. With Best not pushing in, yeah, see, here's the counterattack. There was a bunker made at the very last moment there, but getting away with huge greed while going for upgrade off of one factory into a starport drop. He builds one tank and stays alive. That's crazy greed, but it's exactly how you want to play as a pro. Walking that fine line between having just enough and death. That tank gonna hold off this natural. Gonna defend the natural base here, and Light is in a magnificent position for game number 1. It is going to be a long and difficult road for Best to come back in this game. He's gonna have to shut down this drop. The drop play is gonna continue here as Light sends out another 2 Vulture drop. Looks like he was thinking about putting a tank up in there too, but maybe feeling like he's done so much damage already, it's not really necessary. A little bit more worried about his natural being broken. Wants to leave that tank back at home. In fact, he's just going to drop the Vultures out on the map and then immediately bring the dropship back into the main. Let those Vultures go out and roam. Looks like he's going to set up some mines, and he can see where the Dragoons are now, so he can move forward, start to take this third base. This is a very quick third base, but Light's optimizations are allowing him to take this. He is playing such a beautiful game right now, guys. This speaks volumes of exactly where Light is in 2025, how powerful he is. He's able to do this well against a player the caliber of a Best. He is looking incredibly scary. He's going to get in for a few more probe kills. Looks like he'll get 3. No, just 2. Still a brutal drop there for Best to have to deal with. After losing so many probes in the early game, you continue to lose probes, and you just never hit that critical mass. You never quite hit that economy that you're looking for to try and overwhelm. And this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the game today, is will Best be able to find a position? Will he be able to get into a spot where he can have those overwhelming armies and actually break this iron wall? And it doesn't seem like he's going to in this game, at least. With a couple probes go down, he sees the robotics. It's definitely going to be that shuttle, speed shuttle, and storm style of Protoss play that we so well know from Best. I think this is the way that, really the only way that he could find to come back. Switching into something like Carrier or going into Arbiter right now would probably be a death sentence. He has to remain scrappy with his army and hope to fight Light before he fully maxes out with all of his upgrades online. Here we go. Tank drop over this wall. He's going to try and hit as many probes as he can. Big probe hit there, getting 2 kills so far. I thought that was actually going to be a lot more. Maybe not the best targeting there. Going to have to pick up this tank now. There we go. You will get the tank out. Might get a big connection there. 2 more probes. Another probe goes down in this natural. Again, just never letting Best hit that macro stride. He's at 64 workers. He's trying to get a 5th base online, excuse me. While Light, nearly the same on supply. Again, hitting this natural. Dude, he's forcing so much reaction out of Best over and over again. Putting the pressure on and just killing off those workers. He's giving himself so much leeway in this game. Even if he takes a not so good fight in this mid game, he should still have a great position. Gonna go ahead and try to take this 4th at 12, yeah, 4th at 12 minutes. That's crazy. For reference, if the game is completely normal, probably want to be taking your 3rd base at about 11 minutes. At least before that 11-minute mark, you want to have your base started. So, kind of crazy that Light's getting his 4th this early after doing so much damage to his opponent's economy. And again, going to get in here and kill a lot of these probes. Again, limiting this economy by a huge amount. 2 probes left at that 3rd base. These are levels of harassment we would more often see from a player like Sharp or Speed, getting in there over and over again with the vultures and getting those kills. But Light is proving absolutely monstrous when it comes to the harassment, slowing down Best as much as possible. Now Best's army, like, this is the army that Best was planning to put together. He should be maxed right now, guys. He should be maxed with all of these shuttles going into the main, getting prepared for a bust on that 3rd or 4th base. But he's going to drop a bunch of stuff here in the main. Let's see how this goes. Pretty big shots with this Reavers, but the army is right here. Going after the SCVs is going to net him quite a few kills. But is it going to be enough? Wow, some really good shots from those Reavers, actually lowering that SCV count to 47. Certainly not enough for a 4-base economy, but with 4 CCs active, he can definitely pump that worker count back up to where it needs to be quite quickly. Meanwhile, 160 supply. Light is potentially ready to move out. And with only 157, Best is not ready to challenge him just yet. He lost all of his shuttles. He doesn't have Storm that I can see anyway. Gonna catch some more probes over here. Pretty annoying stuff for Best to have to deal with. 3 cannons, luckily, in that base, so he won't lose everything. He is gonna trap some of these vultures as well. This is a really good move from Best. Catching a bunch of these vultures right before a potential move out from Light is going to be rather strong. Hopefully we're going to get a click here, see what the upgrades are like on Light right as he's moving forward. Going to be setting up. As he's seen, all of the Dragoons were over at that top left. Yes, we do have Storms now. These are pretty stacked tanks. We'll see if he can take a good fight here. Gonna dive on top of this. There's the shuttles. Gonna be targeting down some of these shuttles. 2 of them go down before really getting off anything. Great Storms, though, here in the midst of all of these tanks. Zealots getting on top of this. The Zealot number is thinning out, but still a heck of a lot of Dragoons and not that many tanks still remain. Pushing forward here, but a lot of these Dragoons are actually attacking the barracks. And so they will be pushed back for now. Still retains the Nexus and kills a lot of those tanks. This was not a great fight for Light. was not nearly as spread as we usually see from him. Being pushed all the way back now. Yeah, he's gonna go home. Cannot stand with the 125 supply army against this massive Protoss force. And Best has really stabilized in the top left. He's got his probes up there, and looks like a run-by is gonna make its way up onto the high ground. Gonna slip past. There's no cannons over here. Could get a lot of damage. Oh my gosh, more vultures slipping by as well. He's just gonna throw it all in on this base, try to kill as many probes as possible. He's dropping them down to 160 or just to 60 probes. Oh my goodness, that was a lot of damage. That was an incredible amount of damage. Down to just 59, and Best just maxed out, by the way. So he maxed out on units, and he's only got 61 probes. He's got to attack. He's not going to be sucking up that many resources with this few probes. He actually needs to get out here and attack. Oh, the shuttle. Ooh, the shuttle takes so much damage. 5 HP on that. Not going to be very useful in an upcoming fight. A lot more shuttles behind it, though. Best gets his whole army out here. He's got 200 supply. A little bit more probe damage here, but there's not going to be many vultures left for Light. After all's said and done, look at how few vultures are in this army. That's a lot of Goliaths. But if Best finds a position to just hammer this army with zealots, he might be able to overwhelm him, and Light's kind of giving him the opportunity now. Look at these tank stacks. Oh my goodness, 7 tanks on top of each other there. Gonna opt to drop down here at the bottom center instead. Big storms on a lot of these SCVs, dropping that worker count to just 45. Brutal damage there, but Light gonna take the opportunity now to shove forward. Is this a good idea? 129 supply to 200? The map just does not add up for Light. Pushing across this map, I mean, if he takes some sort of godlike trade here in the middle, maybe it can work for him, but I imagine Best will be able to put together his army and overwhelm this position. That's a lot of tanks. Of course, he's got an enormous amount to work with, but is it going to be enough? Best pulls away from this, his third base. But losing that, really not the biggest deal in the world. Best has a lot of income elsewhere. He's moving around this army. He's going to go and distract at center right. If he can deny that base, he's going to force Light onto one base mining. That is brutal. One base mining right now is untenable for the Terran player. He's going to run up this ramp, try to get some of these mines to connect. He just wants to deny this base. If he can force Light to turn around with most of his army, that's going to be considered a win there. He does force the turnaround. Unfortunately, losing a lot more Dragoons than maybe he should, but his supply is light years ahead. Best just smashing it right now. I didn't think it was possible after so much early game damage. Light playing absolute god tier harassment style. His follow-up should have been impossible to stop, but Best proving to be quite the robust defender. And he's hung on all this time. Now going to drop on top of these tanks potentially. There are quite a few Goliaths in here, so he's hesitant to jump in on top of this, but a 133 supply army versus a maxed Protoss should be able to overwhelm that. Best going to come up from behind this force. And once that tank army is destroyed, there's really no replacing it. Light is only mining on one base right now, guys. This is his final army. This is the best that he can do. Coming up with the Zealots. This is definitely not a maxed out Protoss army, but he's coming in now with the drops. Going to drop a lot of Zealots on top of this. Big storms land on the back part of this army. Light has not crushed all the expansions. He's killed one expansion. Then he will lose all of his tanks, dropping now to 95 supply. Best. I think he's done it, boys. He's managed to clear everything, and he will reestablish these bases while continuing to deny. Light has to get this online, or his time is up. That mineral only will not last long with 41 SCVs mining it. Minus probably 6 for the nearly mined out geysers in main and natural. Bunch of probes gonna go down here as well, but this is small fries, small potatoes for Best, who's moving towards another max out. Wait a second, he actually brings the probe count pretty darn low. That was a lot of kills. 40 remain here for Best, which is kind of incredible. If he catches another round of probes, brings him down even further, maybe there's still a chance for Light. Kind of incredibly, Light hanging on at a, what, 80 supply deficit for a very long time. Best maybe lacking the confidence to come in and just try to finish, thinking that Light maybe has more than he actually does, but Light is incredibly small. He's spread very thin. It's the problem with Terran when you get into these late game positions. You're spread so thin. On 100 supply, he's got to cover like 4 different locations. He's got to cover his natural. He has to hold this high ground. Third base. He has to hold the 4th base. He's trying to spread up into a 5th base up into top right. How can you hold all of that against a maxed out Protoss? There's gonna be a point of weakness somewhere. If not everywhere along this line. He's pulling everything forward. This is just not enough tanks, guys. He's pushing into this pretty strong Terran position, but with just so many forces, I'm not sure Light can hold on. He is getting overwhelmed here. He might be able to hold the high ground. No, he doesn't have any tanks up there. He's pulled everything down for this final defense. And as long as Best either gets on top of the rally point, there it is. Okay, I was gonna say get on top of the rally point or get on top of that 4th base. He should win this game, but he taps out Light. Gets overwhelmed. Damn. Best is good, man. Best is pretty darn good. Crazy that Light got into such a good position and still wasn't able to close. What does that say about the remainder of this series, guys? You tell me in the comments. You tell me in the chat. Put a fat W up on the side of Best. Brimming with confidence, man, after that one, you gotta say. And Light's gotta be analyzing that last game, like, what exactly happened there? How did I mess up so badly to lose that game? Did all the damage I was looking for, every bit of damage he was looking for was done. Still was not able to close. It's got to be a hopeless feeling for Light, but I'm sure he's more than capable of shaking it off and playing out a good best of 7 series. Maybe a little bit more tank spread in some of those fights, those early fights, especially over at the 3rd for Best when he was pushing. Mistakes were made. Some problems need to be ironed out. And Best is going to take a Nexus first. Look at that. Nexus first cross map. Best in a good spot, but Light's going to CC first as well. Look at that. Oh. You think you're in a good spot. But Light's being even more greedy. With the CC first, it matches up fantastically against Nexus first, guys. Let's see, Best gonna get in here and will witness this CC first coming up. What is his response after seeing this? I can't imagine he's gonna go double gateway. He's got something else building there in the main base. Kind of looks like 2 gates, but is he gonna try to put some pressure onto this? Or is the... Okay, he's gonna go 2 gate. Interesting. Gonna try and pressure this. I thought he would try to greed even harder. Maybe take a 3rd Nexus. I know it sounds crazy, but It's not a good spot he finds himself in. Even though Nexus First cross map is very strong, that's against a gas expansion from the Terran player, not this build. CC First definitely going to favor Light, who's now transferring his workers down to the natural along with Best. He has a worker lead. Look at this. He has a bunker with 1 Marine in it. 1 Marine. That's it. He's going to start his factory as quickly as possible, as Terranly possible. Going to get that factory out after CC First. The greed is well warranted for the map. This is such a massive map. It's certainly possible for Protoss to get away with the Nexus First, and so this is a nicely calculated build for Light. Knowing that the likelihood of... Oh, we got a little death battle here. Not a very good idea to disengage with the probe, because the probe will win that fight eventually. Looks like he's managed to avoid it. No, he did win the fight. Oh my god. Really? We missed it there, but the probe lost in bottom left. That SCV somehow, with 1 kill now, gonna return back home. A little bit sad we didn't get to see that, but somehow Light outmaneuvered that probe. Crazy. All that Best needed to do was just trap it and wait for some energy, or wait for some shields to come up, and he should have won that. Maybe getting a little bit too antsy, wanting to finish off the SCV as quickly as possible. Now doesn't have a probe roaming the map and looking for proxies or anything like that. He does have a Dragoon out here. Can go ahead and poke the front just slightly. Have a robo on the way, and what is Best going to throw down behind this? There's some robotics, so he will be going into a Reaver play. Still, this doesn't bode well for Best. Again, getting behind in the early game, it might actually pay off for him. Look at that 4 factory follow-up from Light. I think Light is actually expecting more greed out of Best. Like, if Best went for like a 5:30 expansion or a 6-minute expansion, super quick third base, then 4 factory off of CC First works amazingly well against that. Like, you're just going to have a ton of units really fast, and the third base is probably just going to straight up die. So going 4 factory before armory, he may be going for that armory now. Going to start his upgrades, but he really wants to have a lot of units. I think the Reaver is a pretty decent option against this. Again, if he was going for a super quick third base, might actually just die. Best has a probe over there, but he hasn't thrown it down yet, and he's seen this move out coming. He sees the 3 tanks. He's actually going to start his Nexus? No way. Oh boy. He doesn't know that it's a 4 factory. We can't blame him for not knowing. He doesn't have an observer in there. Wants to get that full vision going soon, but he's opted to go Reaver first. Reaver, 2 Zealot coming across this map. Light is going to go around. He sees the shuttle heading south, and he in turn heads north. Still no observer out, so he can't clear these vultures just yet. We'll be able to clear them now, but the full army of Light is going to hit this natural as the shuttle comes in. So he's going to be building turrets back at home. The shuttle's just sitting there. Oh my gosh, Best is missing his opportunity. Shuttle is not moving, guys. Okay, it's going to be sent in now, but there's got to be turrets done. Is he going to lose this immediately? Flying right over this turret. Takes a lot of damage. Going to go right on into the main. Oh, this is pretty exposed, this main base. Looking for a big hit there. Big hit on these SCVs. Huge damage. Is it going to be enough, though? Light is dealing a lot of damage in that natural. Another big hit here on this Reaver. Here comes the Dragoons. Probes coming out as well. Probes going to be helping to fight this back. A lot of these Dragoons just died. A lot of probes are going down. Can he deal enough damage? It's probably best to just go up into the main, give up the natural expansion, and just fight from high ground. Oh gosh, he might have given up his high ground a little bit too easily. The tanks are coming up inside here. One Reaver pops out. If that Reaver gets targeted, it may be the end for Best. Okay, can target down some of these tanks now. Targeting down onto the tanks. He's gonna get a few of them. The probes are fighting. There's really nothing left. Reaver, is it still alive over on light side of the map? We haven't gotten a shot of that for a while. What's going on with that Reaver? There's only seven SCVs left, by the way. 7. Need to bring back this Reaver here. Oh my god, 1 probe. He can't build anymore. Oh, he's got no money. He's got no money for a probe. Best taps out. What happened to that Reaver? Did it die? Looks like he managed to stabilize. There was 6 SCVs left in the main. We gotta go back. Yeah, we gotta go back and watch that Reaver. Absolutely. Let's go see what happened with that Reaver. What kind of damage it did. He goes for the SCVs. He's going to drop in the natural. How did he get to 7 workers? It's kind of crazy. Best really making a mistake by not going up into his main base earlier with his Dragoons. Just sit there on the high ground and wait for another Reaver to pop out. Look at this damage. Oh my goodness. How many kills are going to be on this Reaver? I imagine it's got to be like 30, possibly more. 23 so far, and it's down to 7 workers, so 23 kills. Probably that's where it's going to end. Best still had that Reaver alive at the finality of that game, but he wasn't able to stop the vultures and tanks from just killing everything, killing all of his economy. He didn't have even enough money to make another probe. Crazy game there. Crazy game. Here we are on Apocalypse. Light down in the bottom left. Best in the top center. Very close game, that last one. Definitely a fun match. Best not going to be too happy with the way that went, but it was a difficult opener, difficult position, with Light getting away with so much greed. Very hard to win a game like that, but he gave himself a really nice chance to make it work by getting the Reaver in early. Again, if he had just pulled those Dragoons up to high ground earlier and banked on damage being done there in the main and natural with that Reaver, he was getting so much. He was getting so much damage. If he had just managed to survive on that high ground and delay the push, get another Reaver shuttle out, even losing the Nexus and all the probes at the natural would have been acceptable. However, it's neither here nor there. We've got Light and Best playing a completely opposite game now. Both players opting to tech early, getting their gases online, and we'll see what Best has in store for this. Definitely going to be a factory, some vultures, possibly right into an expand for Light. I can't imagine him going for a 2 factory play, although it has been making some waves. It has been making a comeback a little bit more recently. I didn't see exact timing on that factory. I should have been paying attention. Light gets some of the fastest factories imaginable. He is super good at hitting those build timings, but I'm sure you Terran players out there were watching. Nexus here before range. Even before the first Dragoon pops out. A little bit of greed from Best, but not unwarranted. Wants to get a little bit of an advantage going forward if he can. This is the first Dragoon on the way now with range coming out. So not the maximum greed. He could have gone Reaver before range or Robo before range, but gonna make sure that he has at least something out here to contend with the first vultures and first possible attack from Light. Light, for his part, is going to get his CC down. He sent the Vulture out on the map. Usually you want 3 Marines and a Vulture to deal with this Dragoon. Vulture's not that great against Dragoon, but it does do full damage versus shields. And so it can shave the shields off and then leave the fight. Go out on the map. And that will allow the Marines to deal a lot more damage. And the hull damage is what you want to avoid anyway. So best would rather just take a little bit of shields and run away. That's what he does. He gets some damage on these Marines. Marines are actually going to push forward, kind of funnily. Not sure if he's actually going to go across with that, or how far he's planning to go with these 3 Marines. But seems like seems a bit crazy to send these Marines out at the moment. He's just transferring his SCVs over. Usually Terran player would have a bunker. They would just be sitting there with a bunker and all the Marines inside. Vultures are gonna run up. Marines arrive. What am I looking at right now? Okay, mines are gonna get thrown down. The Marines are gonna try and target probes. How many probes are he gonna get? 2, possibly 3. Okay, he gets 3 probes. Or what was that? 2 Vultures and 3 Marines? Kind of a weird interaction we just saw. I was not too sure what I was looking at there, but Light just threw away his defenses back at home. Best should have an observer out here in a moment. These Vultures thinking about running by once again. Oh gosh, they're actually going to get in this time, and that's quite scary. Gonna get a few probe kills, maybe. Oh no, pretty good defense here. Like 2 probe kills total for 3 Vultures. Not the greatest. Taking advantage of the lack of vision here, the lack of detection for Best. It's a little bit scary having that Dragoon so close to the mine. He actually built a Reaver. He's gonna go Shuttle, Reaver, and then Observer. Really holding off on this Observer for a long time. He could pay for it dearly, but it looks like he won't. That Reaver gonna be sent across the map immediately, and it looks like Best will clear these mines without anything catastrophic happening. Let's see what the defenses are like back at home. Light does not have a lot. I didn't see any turrets in there. And so this could actually deal a lot of damage. Here we go. Reaver shot. Oh, wow. Actually hits a bunch of the SCVs, but doesn't get a single kill. A little bit surprising. Go for 1 shot. Okay, good dodge there. I think the Reaver took some damage, though. Oh, he loses the Reaver. That's a little bit brutal. 2 tank kills. Not the worst thing in the world for the 1 Reaver, but definitely wanted to get a bit more. There was a big train of SCVs I thought he was going to target coming into the main base. Light sending those back a little bit preemptively, a little bit too early. Could have gone a lot better for Best there, but also could have gone worse. Another Reaver is going to pop out here in a moment. Now there are Goliaths, though. And so the moment of weakness is gone. Light building a starport way out on the map. Proxy starport. Likely for a drop coming up here soon. Hiding that. He could also build a Wraith. He could build some Wraiths and try to hunt down these shuttles. That's a possibility. But I think more likely we're going to see that drop. And he's hiding this because he knows that Best has the full vision of his main. He's got this Observer in here. Oh, gets the Observer. Nicely done. Best can't really aggress into this main base with that secondary Reaver now. Not knowing where the Goliaths are. Ah, and he's going to build a science facility over here too. So really hiding his build very well. He's going to start +2 attack really early on. And Best just does not know about this. He has no idea that this is a quick +2 build. Because of the hidden science facility, you can even lift this and hide it down in the bottom right-hand corner. Just float that building off into no man's land. And so, looking at this from Best's perspective, it's looking like a 1-1 build from Light. Just gonna get a couple of upgrades and then push across the map for a quick timing. And in fact, there are going to be a lot of factories coming up here, but I doubt that Light is going to attack. If he's going for this quick science facility and waiting for +2, then you're probably going to see him sit back and just hold on for that upgrade before doing any sort of attack. Dropship out on the map. These vultures headed up to the top right-hand corner are going to be lifted into the main. That will reveal the fact that there's a starport somewhere, but he's hidden the science facility pretty well. And so he's still may be able to kind of confuse Best a little bit, hide his build slightly. Reaver's going to drop out here. Can they get any big shots? There's a good one. Second one does dud, though. There are still locations that can be hit by Best from that bottom left corner. Pretty hard to cover everything at the same time. Vultures making their way into the main base. Really good pull, but oh god, the probe's getting stuck in this corner is brutal. Oh god, the pathing is going to cost him so much. Well, not that bad, actually. 3-4 probes, something like that. Not the damage that it could have been. Can he catch the drop? Oh, so close. I think he actually gets it. I think he actually gets it. Why did he scan there? That's kind of funny. I think that was just a reactionary scan, like just his finger twitched or something like that. Light. He's gonna go ahead and run in with some vultures to the natural, knowing that the Dragoons are busy with that drop. He actually gets quite a bit of damage going here. You can see a lot of zealots are being made right now. It means that Best are planning to break a push or go for an attack of his own. Another great shot here with the Reaver. Looks like he lost one of those, but he gets some damage going. He's keeping this worker count relatively even. Light gonna come back into this. Is some great control by Light. Swinging back and forth with the vultures at the natural, and then pulling out the vultures in the main, the drop in the main. Even gets a couple of Dragoon kills there. Not too bad. Light showing a very nice improvement in terms of his overall harassment and control. The vulture control seems a little bit better. It seems like he's learned something from some of these up-and-coming Terran players. He's always been great with drops, but these combo attacks are kind of next level. Hitting different directions over and over again and making it really hard for Best. Now, it doesn't mean that he's going to win this game. We saw previously, game number 1, how much damage Best can sustain and still have a really good late game. And so he's going to take some more damage. He's still at 48 workers. Light sitting here waiting for that +2. This timing that comes out from Light is going to be quite strong. Right as that +2 upgrade finishes, I think we're going to see Light push. He's been building up into a pretty sizable army here, now at just 120 supply. Moving forward, possibly to take this third base behind that push. A lot of zealots here. My goodness, so many zealots. Oh, he gets the science vessel. That's kind of crazy, losing the science vessel. Now for sure Light knows that, Best knows that Light is trying to optimize for a +2 timing. He knows that there's a science facility somewhere out on the map. Gonna just send the zealots in to clear these mines. Not the greatest trade there because the mines connect. However, he will be able to keep his probes alive, at least for the time being. Vultures here gonna target onto some of these probes, lowering that count a little bit more. Best counterattacking slightly, making sure that no third base can come up without his say-so. So many zealots here, but Light is just not engaging. This is what Best wants. Best wants an engagement. He wants to fight Light. And he's just not getting that fight that he's looking for. Just constantly being harassed by these vultures and losing zealots to mines. You can see he's still sitting here in his natural. We're 13 minutes in, guys. What is happening, actually? 13 minutes and no third base for Light. Here comes that push, finally. Bit of a confusing game. Light has done a lot of harassment, and he's definitely got +2. He may even have +3 on the way here. Actually, here comes those zealots running in. Oh my gosh. Best's not even going to wait for Light to start to move out at all. This is a pretty rough trade overall for Best. He's got masses of zealots. He's going to hit right as Light starts to move out. Here comes another wave. Oh my goodness. So many zealots coming in here. He's actually going to start to get cut by this supply depot here at the front. Can't really get on top of these tanks. He's lowered him to 98 supply. Best at 108. Here comes another shot from the Reaver. This is an incredibly stacked mineral line. Oh my gosh. 35 workers left after that Reaver shot. Crazy, crazy damage. I'd love to see how many kills on that Reaver. Almost no HP on that as well. Pretty nuts. Light is finally going to take his third at 15 minutes, guys. Crazy late third base here from Light. What a wacky style he's working with today. Trying to make this very quick upgrade style work against Best is just, it's not really cutting it. I think Best is going to be able to rebuild this army and possibly bust through Light's defenses here coming up soon, although he is sitting on just 3 bases. He has not thrown down that 4th yet. So his 4th incredibly late as well. It's not like he hasn't been harassed. It's not like he hasn't been pushed to the absolute limit. Get a click that Reaver. Oh gosh, okay. I really want to see how many kills on that thing. Ooh, mine connection there. Bit painful for Best. He's not really maxing out as quickly as he would like, for sure, right? We're sitting here at 146. If this was a more normal game at 16 minutes, Best would be firing on all cylinders, popping out huge amounts of workers, and I'm surprised to see him taking this base over at center left. That really seems suboptimal and an easy push location for Light. Light pushing along that line there. Should be quite strong for him. Barely saving himself from that mine connection, and Light finally gonna get saturated on his 3rd. 4th base is just kind of started for Best now. Nexus is on the way. I'm actually getting a little worried for Best now. I mean, the dive through that natural is kind of insane. I thought he would wait a little bit longer, you know, wait for the tanks to spread out a little bit more to get out of the natural slightly before going in like that, but he really wanted to just hammer in through that natural. Square peg through the round hole. A perfect analogy for that situation we saw earlier. That's a lot of zealots here, but a drop is going to happen. At the same time, vultures get kind of towards this rally point. He's going to catch probes being transferred, or probes long distance mining. This is a little bit dicey for Best. He will clear out these very annoying mines and vultures. Now going to take this fight potentially, coming up towards the high ground. This is the perfect time for Best to take this fight. Right as the tanks try to break this high ground, here comes the storms as well. A shuttle is making its way forward. Not going to target on that shuttle just yet. Big storm on some of these Goliaths. It's a pretty good storm on some of the back tanks as well. Dragoons are very low in number. Target on that Templar, but the Templar gets a pretty good storm running in amidst these tanks. There's not a lot of vultures here. It looks like Best will clear everything, absolutely everything going down. The rallies of Light will not save him. Every tank gonna fall here unless he can retreat with maybe one of these. Yeah, Zealots are gonna get on top of that, man. And he loses the Science Vessel as well. Ooh! Gets at least one more of those tanks. And Best will retreat for the time being. What a wacky game. Can't even mine from the main base here. Best is sitting on just 3 bases mining. Light is going to try and take another base down in bottom right. He should absolutely be able to deny that, though. Oh, gosh. Where are the Dragoons in this? He needs to deal with that dropship. It's been so annoying. We'll go ahead and kill a few more probes. Down to just 49. Best struggling. Struggling to get a full army together with so little economy to work with. Still microing this one vulture to try and get a little more damage going. It's actually delaying Best from reacting in other places, so might be worth it. Coming into the natural, can he get a Templar? 1 Templar goes down, 2 Templar goes down. A fantastic trade here for Light, who's already spent all the mines on those vultures. And just keeping Best back is absolutely worth it. Oh, a shuttle with double storm drop heading down towards this bottom side. He's going to see the CC, importantly. Might stop to cast a storm on that, but he's more likely looking for this base down here, casting a big storm on that third mineral line. Oh, sees the Goliaths, will back off for now. I don't think there's a Wraith left anymore. There was a Wraith earlier, but I don't think it's around to actually stop this. And so he can rotate, look for a better option to storm, could bring it up forward with the army. Best has a lot of storm available. He's got a 70 supply advantage. This 4th base should not be allowed to stand. If Light holds onto it, the game will continue. But it really shouldn't stand. There's almost no way he can hold on to this. Here we go. Best is going to try and break through. Aping in here on top of the high ground. Will he be able to crush this bush? That's a great spread. 2 missed storms. Oh my goodness, Best, is he whiffing this? He should absolutely break this position with the amount of supply he's brought forward. A lot of Dragons here, not too many Zealots left over, but even with the few Zealots that remain, he should bust through. The last tank will go down, and that's got to be a GG moment. Light will not survive this push, and there it is. Best survives all of that insanity that was brought forward by Light. Over and over and over again attacking, over and over again harassing and waiting for that +2 timing. Crazy build, honestly, what we just saw. Kind of unexpected what Light tried to do there. I'm not sure I completely follow. I don't follow the line of thinking. We're just gonna sit and wait till 14 minutes and then push out with a to finally take our 3rd? That seems a little bit wild. Generally, even if you're going like double armory for the like very quick 2-1, as a Terran player, you're gonna try to push out to take that 3rd by 11 minutes. You might delay it till 12 if they're going for, you know, very heavy shuttle style. But you can't really delay that long and still hope to have a nice late game. You're banking everything on a mid-game timing, and Best is just so good at breaking those. He is so well-versed at just overwhelming Terran as they try to come out. There we go. Best spawning here in the top left-hand corner. Light in the bottom right. Dark Origin for our 4th map. Very early probe going across the map. There are some funny things you can do. You can go down that secondary ramp into the back area and build gateways. Is that what we're going to see? Oh, is he going to build gateways here in the natural? Oh my gosh, this is some dirt. This is some filth. Yeah, see, you can go up into the main and then down into that back area and build the gateways there. I'm surprised we don't see Best doing that. He's just gonna build the gateways right here in the face. Kinda nuts. Starts his refinery. Oh God! Light thinks that there's gonna be a gas steal. And with the probe timing coming in, he thinks that he's won. He thinks that, okay, I'm gonna take my gas, not build it. But this is delaying his barracks by so much. Uh-oh. Dude, I think we're going to see Best win this game. I think we're gonna see Best win. Oh my gosh, unless the micro is absolutely perfect. Manu, thank you for the 20 gems, my brother. Appreciate you. Once again, gifting here to the channel. Supporting the SOOP Duel stream. Oh my goodness, Light. Light. He really didn't want to get gas stolen, and so his Marines will be late. He's being forced to fight this pylon to try and kill this pylon. Another pylon block. I don't think that actually blocks that back mineral patch, but I could be wrong. He definitely wants to put down even more pylons here. 2 more pylons in the mineral line to slow down that mining. Force SCVs off the line, and there is not a very good Sim City here. I guess at the top of the mineral patches there, he's got another supply depot coming up. But look, the Marine's not even out yet, guys. The Marine is not even out, and he catches it. Oh, he catches the Marine. Oh, no. Oh, no, Light gets his first Marine caught. And he's going to lose more SCVs. That second Marine does pop out. It started to help with the pylon. It is in a pretty good position. Does that... Okay, he can actually go between, but the Zealots can't. That is kind of interesting, actually. Yeah, the Zealot can't get between the refinery and the barracks. Well, the more you know, guys. Learn something new every day. It's not really going to matter in this game, I don't think. This is so much damage. He has slowed him down by an insane amount. Can still come in with even another Zealot. 3 Zealots now. There's 3 Zealots and 3 Marines, guys. That's really telling you everything you need to know. Gonna kill so many SCVs now. It wasn't the damage up till now. This damage is insane, yeah. 3 Zealots and they're still alive. Oof, that 1 Zealot on like 1 HP. 2 HP on that with 5 kills on one of those Zealots. Crazy amounts of damage. He's just gonna come out and fight these now because he knows how low they actually are. 12 SCVs is just not tenable, and he's only got 4 Marines now. Okay, hiding the Zealot. See, this is where I was saying you could hide the gateways. Could hide the gateways back here, but it's not necessary. Just hiding them in the natural is fine. Go ahead and dive on top of these Marines. Great body blocking there with the Zealot. Gonna get right on top of this. Killed 2 Marines? No, just 1. Another Zealot pops out. These Marines are badly softened up, and so a Dragoon is gonna pop out here shortly. Light, I mean, he's just gonna start his factory now. Can you imagine a 4-minute 30 factory timing? That's a full 2 minutes late. Crazy what he's been able to do with this. He's gonna come in with the Zealot. He needs to delay just long enough for this Dragoon to come out. 3 kills? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Now the Dragoon is gonna get the kills on these Marines. Targeting them down 1 by 1. 42 HP left on that. Oh my gosh, he does get it. Okay. Even bringing the SCV to help to kill that pylon. It's really important that he didn't have that pylon die. That pylon was very critical to this defense. 1 more Marine will be forced down this ramp. He should have run by there, honestly. Just running past the SCVs and Marine. Go, you know, start killing more SCVs. Oh, a second factory goes down. Light's like, I gotta do something, guys. Like, there's no hope in this game if I don't 2-fact. 19 SCVs. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? This is so dirty. Oh, I DT follow-up. Wait. This SCV's gonna get in. No way. He's gonna spot this. Wait. Pulling all the probes. Hello? Why are you pulling every probe to block this? I mean, that's enough of a giveaway right there. I'm already building an eBay. If that's the fact. If you pull all your probes. If you pull every probe to stop my SCV from scouting, I'm already starting an eBay. Like, there's no way he doesn't have one on the way, right? Where is it? Wait, what? Where's the eBay? Okay, well, Light, he's gonna at least research mines, I imagine. And a DT is gonna start right over here. No, he actually cancels the pylon. Cancels the pylon. He is going to fall back. Maybe just take a Nexus. Go ahead and build a couple DTs to control some space. I guess this game will go on. Kind of wild beginning here. Looks like Dragoon range just finished up. He's going to try and target down this tank. 2 more hits will kill, and he can just back up now. He will lose the 1 Dragoon. Didn't need to just run away with that secondary Dragoon if you wanted to keep it alive, but coming up with some more. Actually, it needs to get these mines set up, enough of them so that he can stop a DT from just walking in. If this DT just walks in, it will still end for light. He doesn't have an eBay, he doesn't have turrets, and so he needs those extra. He needs to at least stop this. Like, oh gosh, he's just gonna try and run up. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, gonna try and bait a mine. Bait a mine. Can he get it? Oh, okay, he's gonna lose both the Dragoons. But maybe the DTs can slip by here on the right-hand side. I don't think that mine will connect. Yeah, it's not going to. And so a mine here on the high ground. That connects on 1. Okay, connects on both. That's actually quite big. That DT getting hit by both the mines is pretty huge. Another mine getting set up over here. Can he actually block this? He does. He stops it. That will go down. Really good control, decision-making by Light there. A little bit risky play from Best, but I totally understand it. He could have actually just straight up won there. Had he controlled that a little bit better. Oh my gosh, the Dragons are getting messed up. Looks like they will both take a mine hit there. Ropes being pulled off the line. There's pretty good Dragoon production right now, so he should be able to block this. Don't let it go up the ramp. Okay. He gets a Dragoon on the ramp there. Oh, he's gonna go for the ramp again. Oh, the probes. Nice block. Nice block. All right. Does manage to hold that off. Light playing some good Starcraft right now, honestly. The way that he's swinging this back, pressuring Best now. I don't think necessarily it's going to be a winning position, but maybe he can get a natural up. Or maybe he can just go for an attack. I'm not sure. He's making Marines again. And a 3rd factory. Oh my goodness. Okay, no CC. No CC coming up. He's going to go for some wackiness. Maybe try to hop over, bring an SCV up. Yeah, I think he brings an SCV. SCV's coming up. But Best has already predicted this. Yeah, kind of predictable decision making here for Light. He's built so many vultures. Of course he would want to try and hop one over. Get that free kind of drop into the main. Dragoon gonna just be parked here on the high ground. That's enough. That will deal with everything. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for Light to get consistent enough detection to make this push happen. He is gonna get an academy, but he will only have 1 scanner. So like, you know, 1 scan per 50 seconds. Oh gosh. Oh, a vulture gets in here. All right, can he hold? He will lose 1 probe, but really Best needs to identify what's going on. He needs to know that there's a 3rd factory, and that this is completely all in from Light. In that case, he would just stop making probes and make a bunch more gateways. Even making a robo or making a shuttle would be amazing here. Just make a shuttle, start dropping zealots on top of this stuff. He gets a turret on the other side of the bridge. The hard part is getting across this bridge, though. Light is going to have a real hard time crossing this. And he kind of has to do it. A 3rd Nexus? Oh, Best does not know what's going on. He has no idea how all in Light is. This is crazy. Light could actually win if Best doesn't realize, if he doesn't start making some gateways and trying to stop this. He has a DT, which is crazy. Like, how are you going to get across? There's not enough time to build a turret with 1 scan. I think you need to save up 2 scans. Or maybe just kill the DT. Yeah, kill the DT. And then just keep putting on this pressure. He sees how many tanks there are. He's got to start to get a little confused, Best. Like, what exactly is going on here? Are you actually just not having a natural? He's going around for a counterattack or something. There's nothing to attack. Light is just sitting up here on his high ground. Is he actually going to win this game? Oh, it's pretty crazy, but he might win this. Vultures get up into the main base. Zealots are popping out slowly. There's only 3 gateways. He doesn't have a Reaver or anything. He's adding 2 more. I think he's got some Dragoons over at the natural now, saying like, oh, you got nothing. There's nothing here. He's going for Arbiter. Oh my goodness, Arbiter play. There's only 1 scanner, so this DT is absolutely wrecking face. There we go. It will get cleaned up. But if he can make another DT, all he needs to do is just kill this SCV. Okay, 2 SCVs now. I don't think he's going to be able to get rid of both of those. He just pulls the probes. Pretty good decision making here for Best. Time to just stay alive. Just stay alive. Light is on 1 base. And he needs to kill. Have a little bit of a probe lead. These vultures are going to come down and kill that probe, though. Somehow Light has maneuvered into a potentially winning position with 4 tanks out here at the front. I think Best is going to be able to clear all the mines behind this and maybe flank through. Oh gosh, he's making a ton of DTs, and there are a bunch of turrets here. I don't think that's the right call, but maybe he can break this. Okay, a bunch of tanks are leaving. This is his moment. He can break this. He can break this. Zealot Speed just finished up. This is his chance. He's gonna get out here, kill this tank. He's coming from behind with some Dragoons as well. He might be able to catch those tanks over here. Oh, he's gonna go for the 3rd. He's set up over here on the high ground. Really good decision making by Light to set up over on that left-hand side rather than on the right, where it's easier to flank. He set up a really good position. Zealots try to run forward. A scan goes down. He deals with it. And now Best is here sitting on 1 base. There's a CC coming up. Another mine. What is this? Oh my gosh, more vultures making their way through. He's gonna go for another probe. Can't actually get it. The vultures are gonna come up, probably kill a bunch more probes here. Oh no. Yeah, he's gonna kill a bunch more probes. Potentially harassing these zealots as well. Light playing a beautiful game from a really weird position. Okay, pulling these tanks forward I don't think is the right call. He probably ends up losing all of them. That's maybe not enough vultures, actually, and no siege on the tanks, so he can just kind of micro this. Kind of crazy. Okay, another zealot pull. Gonna get on top of these tanks. Wow, he loses everything. Best is gonna lose this game. Just not knowing what was going on for a little bit too long. Best taps out. Light brings us back to an even series with one of the wackier games I've ever witnessed in PvT. Well, let's just talk about that game for a second. Actually, pretty insane. The crazy amount of damage that Best got in that early game. Doing so much harassment there with that first gateway, and then a 2-factory follow-up into a 3-factory on 1 base from Light. Dude, if Best had done anything differently, I think that Light would have lost that game, but he played right into Light's hand, trying to take a 3rd base and go Arbiter on just a few gateways without realizing what was going on. Thank you for the gems. It's time. Game number 5, Best. Spawning here in the bottom right. Light in the top right. Vertical spawns on Citadel. This should be a strong position for Light. I'm already liking this for him in what has turned out to be a rather Terran-favored map. You can see the natural poking out towards the Terran. And if we look just above this natural, there's an amazing position. You can set up your tanks to crush that 3rd base and also start to hit the gas in the Protoss and natural from along the wall above this shot we're getting right here. So Best is gonna have to pull out something pretty strong in order to beat Light. Because if he gets into a good position, even just an even position against Best and hits this push that comes down towards Best natural, I'm not sure he can break that. Even Best can't break that position. And that is saying a lot. Best, incredibly good at dealing with these mid-game Terran timings. Always seems to have the right number of units, the perfect combination and excellent execution with these busts, but I'm a bit worried for him with the way this map is laid out. It'll be very difficult for any Protoss player to break through Light as he pushes along this vertical axis. Now, the first Zealot is on the way. This time, Light did not delay his barracks, so he will have that Marine out. Just think about it last game, guys. Think about this. The Zealot got in when the Marine was not even started. And so the Zealot had plenty of time to kill an SCV and just harass the main. It's just not a common situation at all. Really a wacky game there. And probably one for the best of 2025, honestly. I'm probably going to put that in the folder here tonight. Was a lot of fun. I do enjoy those wild games. Zealot gets a couple of punches in there, but he does lose the probe. So we'll have to back away for now, utilizing this high ground. Maybe you're going to come in here and focus down an SCV. How's the pulling from... Oh my gosh, that was some amazing micro there. Really great micro from Light to just kind of block and not allow those Zealots to get too much surface area. But 3 Marines go down. All right. Still worth here for Best, honestly. Still absolutely worth. As he knocks down those 3 Marines and an SCV. 2 Zealots for that early pressure turns out to be exactly what Best wanted. Exactly what he needed. Range is coming up, and the Dragoon will be popping out here soon. Looks like it's going to head directly across the map. But this Vulture slips through. Uh-oh. You know what? He sees in the main base no Dragoon there. Just going to run by straight up into this natural, stop the Nexus, and start to kill some probes. Oh, gosh. Best is not paying attention to that Dragoon. Okay, he does pull the Dragoon back, at least. I was afraid he was going to lose that while he's trying to deal with this Vulture in the main. This is going to be a lot of damage. But he run by into the main. Oh, my God. Guys, what is this series right now? So much chaos already. Oh, he gets a surround on the Dragoon. That Dragoon can't be taking so much damage. He's going to go ahead and kill off a bunch of SCVs here, it looks like. Great control. Great control with these SCVs. Oh my goodness, this control is insane. And so this Dragoon will be trapped here in the back. It will finally be taken out. I think Light comes out ahead in that trade a little bit. Just a little bit. The Vulture going to try and run by. Oh my gosh, this is a 2-kill Vulture. The Vulture from before, actually. So he got two probe kills. I thought he would get a lot more than that. Kind of surprising to see that Light only got 2 probes, but he did keep the Vulture alive. And he forced a lot of lost mining times. The probes running around inside the main base. This is already so wacky. These guys have played the early game of Protoss versus Terran so incredibly much. What is this, a tank on the left-hand side as well? Oh, God. Okay, this tank is dead, guys. This tank is gone. I don't know what Light was doing with this tank, but there it is. It's just dead. I'm going to target down a couple of these mines now, and he's going to trap the Vultures in here. He gets a Vulture kill. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, okay. Missed shot there is pretty annoying. Oh, wow, and that mine's not in range. He can still hit the bunker. This is so weird. I know I've said it like a million times, but it's still such a weird game state. I can't get over it. Best versus Light is just so unpredictable, so wacky. Here we go. DT again. Are you kidding me? He's going for a DT. It's going to pop out and kill this vulture at least. But now, can it make it across the map? He's going to go around this mine? No, he gets hit by the mine. And so the DT is not going to be nearly as potent. There's already a turret up in the natural. He pushes back the Dragoons. A Robo's coming up. It's going to be a DT drop to follow this. Best, I mean, just keep the DTs back, man. We need them for the drop. I would be shocked if he tried to run by here. He did kill the mine at the front. The mine at the front is gone. Maybe he can slip by on the left-hand side. The turret's on the right, and there's no mine over there. If he slips by on the left, then maybe he can get something done. Start to force the probes away a little bit. And then go for the drop into the main. I'm surprised he's not at least trying it. Okay, there's actually a little bit too much vision there, I think. That turret is providing a lot. No turret in the main just yet. Light trying to cut as many corners as he can. So there's a comsats coming up. So at least you'll have scanners. 2 scans. But DT drop doesn't... It doesn't matter if you have scan with the DT drop. DT drop's still going to do a lot. And this is 4 DTs. Oh my gosh. 4 GTs going into the main is kind of crazy. Light setting up turrets at the edge right as we speak. Right as I'm saying this, Light is setting up those turrets. So will they be done in time? Oh yes. They are in fact finished. Mines are here and present, counted for. If he drops right on top of that turret, he could kill it. He's going to go for it. He's going for the turret kill. Can he get it? Turret, but he loses the shuttle. Oh, it's not good enough. The shuttle goes down. GT's gonna hide over here, but it dies as well. Perfect cleanup. Best leaves the game. Crazy match here between Light and Best. Light perfectly holds that DT drop follow-up. Oh my goodness. You can't help but laugh. Best trying DT twice in a row. You hate to see it, but that is a very Terran favored map. I mean, he could have gone into a nice long game, you know, tried to play out speed shuttle Templar style, but it was going to be really rough with those positions. Here we go. We're getting right down to the wire. The conclusion of Light versus Best could end here if Light takes this victory. If Best wins, we're going to game number 7, which would be absolutely epic. Probably one of the best SOOP duel series I've casted so far. A really fun and interesting series. So much to unpack, honestly, with everything that's gone by. Really seeing these players use a wide range of strategies and a pretty wacky thought process going into these games. It looks like Best is going to open Nexus first, queuing up 3 probes like that. Going to be starting out with this Nexus, and I'm not sure if Light will be looking to punish that. May just be going for a gasless fast expand himself here on Retro. There is that Nexus going down. Gonna scout in the correct direction as well. Best. Things are going his way. However, the spawning, not the greatest. He's not got like a cross map Nexus first. However, Light is going to open with gasless fast expand, and so you know what, It's probably going to be completely fine here. I think this is about as even gets when it comes to... Wait, he starts a gas? Hold up. Light starts a gas now? For reference, guys, 2:30 is when you could be starting your factory. Instead, he starts a gas at 2:30. He's definitely going to be taking a CC, but he seems to want to get this gas going as soon as possible. He sees that Nexus, and he realizes getting the CC out would be the priority. It should be the priority here for Light. Sending Marines out on the map. He's actually going to go around, it looks like. Go around that scouting probe. Oh no, he's just scouting out for some sort of proxy. What kind of proxy could there be, Light? You see everything. What are we looking for right now? Maybe a third pylon? He didn't need a third pylon because he went for the Nexus. The Nexus is his third pylon. And so, Light is going to start to push across. Maybe he starts a bunker here. No, Zealot is right in the face, and it can use this high ground. Gonna go ahead and stand up on that high ground potentially. Oh gosh, wait, the Zealot kind of bugged out there a little bit. Didn't go along the high ground. SCV is gonna be able to block this. Zealot goes down. Huge kill there. Big round of SCVs coming to the front. A lot of probes are gonna be pulled. Zealot needs to get good connections on these Marines. He's gonna get over to the side. Can try to deny the bunker from going down. Oh, a little bit of miss micro here from Best. He's allowing more damage to go down on some of these probes, and the Zealot trying to deny the bunker. Does need to flank this. Hit this from the side. Here we go. Probes are going to be pulled. Jumping on top of this. He dives through the Marines. Going to make a lot of them bug out, but the Zealot dies a little bit too quickly, and the probes are going to start to really fall here. Zealot's getting out on the front. Start to get some of these kills. A lot of probes have gone down, but the Nexus still stands. There's no CC back at home. And so as long as he prevents the Zealots from getting in, can he actually prevent them? Or prevent the Marines from getting in the bunker? Oh, he's blocking his own... He's blocking his own Zealot. Another Zealot comes down, but here's a Vulture. Is this how it's going to end? Best going out with a whimper in this final game. You've got to be kidding me. He has Dragoon range on the way, but the position is brutal. I gotta say, Best really messed up there with the Zealot retreating. He should have been able to fight from the high ground. That first high ground. You know, he ended up instead getting caught. Getting caught by the SCV. And losing that first Zealot. He probably could have traded for a few hits on a Marine at the very least. Now there's a Vulture here in the main. I think this gets at least 2 kills. 1. All right, might not quite get the second kill. Pretty good pull away there from Best. And the wall is not allowing this Vulture to slip around behind. Can he actually get that? Oh, it's gonna get it. No. Oh my goodness, he doesn't get it. And now mines are done. This is pretty rough. Light has his CC on the way. Best gonna line up these Dragoons. He should be able to clear this bunker. And he will be able to get a probe down here to re-expand. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Best is gonna go for another DT play. Another DT play is crazy. Is he gonna start a Robo too? Yes, he does start a Robo too. Oh my goodness, he will start his Nexus here in a moment. There are tanks right out in the front. Gonna be able to clear a lot of these mines, but he can't clear that mine that popped up there, unfortunately. Trying to bait this mine and kill it. He does get it. Good play there to get rid of that mine, but a tank is here. And a second tank is arriving. No Nexus yet. He's going for that DT. Siege mode's almost done. Maybe Light gets fooled by this. Maybe he thinks that there's a Nexus on the way. Oh, Oh, the mine! Oh no, he gets the tank at least. Gets the tank at least, but he can push bunkers forward. He sees no nexus. He's gonna send the vulture up the ramp. He pulls a bunch of probes to stop the vulture. Pulls a bunch of probes to stop the vulture, but if I'm light here, again, eBay. And there it is, he's got a turret. No, no, that's not a turret, that's a bunker. Oh. So you have turret. If he just stays here, if Best stays here and defends on high ground, there's the engineering bay. Okay. Double DT should be on the way in production. That's going to fall back onto this high ground. That's a lot of stuff. I don't think he's going to be able to pull it off. Yeah, there's the DT showing up. He's going to pick up into this shuttle. There it is, going across the map. If Light defends this properly, an easy shutdown. Turrets being built everywhere, and this is not a speed shuttle. This is a slow shuttle. Heading across this map. It's going to take a long time. Best wants to throw down his Nexus and get as much DT damage as possible. If he gets like 10 SCVs, I would say he can still come back in this game, but he needs to get that damage done now. And there's the turret. Another turret there. He might just tap out, guys. This is such a bad spot. It's a shame to see it go down like this in the final game, but Light got his number. He realized that he was capable of taking him down in an early game that Best was not handling his early game pressure very well, and there it is. Light takes the series away. It's a little rough to watch it go down like that. The final game. But hey, it is what it is. Light played a great series. One of the best, strongest Terran players in a long series. Definitely knows how to turn the screw on a Protoss player. As soon as he figures out your weakness, he uses it against you to great effect. Guys, we're going to hang around for a little while, create an anti-spoiler here for the peeps on YouTube. Shout out to you guys. If you enjoy this series, come check it out live. I would really appreciate it. If you can't come live, if you guys are from Europe, I'm hearing a lot of comments, by the way. People from Europe saying, oh, it's at 3 a.m. my time. Watch ASL live, please. ASL live is at about noon your guys' time, Central European time. 7 p.m. Korean Standard Time. So, you know, get over here. Watch on... You guys have no excuse not to join up on SOOP live. Come support the channel. There's plenty of opportunities, either with ASL or with the SOOP Duel series. See what you guys are saying in the chat. This is why Light is #1 Terran. Such impeccable decision making. This was not his plan at the start of the game. Absolutely not. Excellent, excellent decision making. His ideas were fantastic. His execution was great. And like I said, he realized where Best was weak. And he just completely exploited him for it. Turret under eBay, icing on the cake. Yeah, absolutely. No Blitz Y. Unfortunately, no. No game number 7. The DT Ihan timing. 3 games in a row. Best. Really does seem to rely on those DTs in kind of weird game states. Just like Best doesn't want to give away his hand for ASL. Maybe true. It's possible. If he's not playing against Light, he's good. Yeah, it's true. He had a fantastic game, 3-0 series versus Royal in one of the SCSLs. Yes, he is incredibly strong. We saw him in late game just smash through Light, even though Light is considered an extremely strong late game Terran player, right? Those games that he won on Polypoid and Apocalypse, those were long games where Light had a pretty decent spot. He was even in an advantage, and Best still managed to smash him. So Light's like, oh well, we're not gonna play those games. We'll just rush. We'll just do lots of rushes. Not take it late. Dark Origin, his hand was kind of forced. But Citadel and Retro, he wanted that. He went for it. I guess Citadel also actually was more of a defensive game, just handling everything. Not allowing Best to get the damage. But he certainly put on the pressure. He turned the screw on Best really, really well. Yeah, it is weird to fail at the same thing 3 times. 3 DT plays is pretty nuts. It's pretty wild that he... But, you know, you're actually getting a really good insight into Best by watching these games. Like, okay, what does he do when under pressure? What does he do when the game gets weird? Pretty clear that he relies on DT. That's where his mind goes. That's what I would... If I was playing against Best, I'm certainly not anywhere close to playing against Best. And I had a series against him. I would think about that. I would be like, huh. This game is a little bit weird. I think he's probably going to go TT. Let's make that eBay. I feel like the Apocalypse map Light wanted to charge into the natural and wipe Best's army, but he had a million zealots. I think you're right. Best did exactly what Light wanted in that game, but it still somehow worked. Kind of crazy, actually. That was that was a really wacky game as well. Apocalypse was very strange. Just overall, a pretty nutty series. No problem. Loki, thank you for being here. Thanks for joining in, guys. Don't forget, ASL tonight. Group A. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Korean Standard Time here on this channel. We'll be casting it live, Shun and I. That'll be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see how the round of 16 turns out. I'm honestly very split on what I think is going to happen. I was pretty clear on my predictions for the round of 24, and a lot of my predictions came true, but round of 16, oh my gosh. That is a very hard one to call. Group A, I'm predicting Solki and Barracks get through. I know that's probably against what a lot of you guys might be thinking, but personally, I think that's what's going to happen. Only Group A has favorites, I think. Every other group is wide open. Who else? Light and Scan are in Group A as well. Solkey stacked himself up with Terran players. And he's facing off against Scan first, by the way. Like, this guy knows how to tee up a series, boys. Like, Sulky is here to win. No, Scurf, I am not kidding. Barracks actually has Light's number. I don't know if you're aware of this. Barracks is disgustingly good. Disgustingly good TVT. If you want proof of that, go watch the SCSL. SCSL this previous season. All we did was watch Barracks just smash people in TVT. Yeah, if I'm predicting already, if we see, like, we're gonna see Barracks versus Light to start. there's a chance that he could beat him in a best of one. Maybe Light beats him in a best of one, but if they meet up for a best of 3, I think Barracks will... I'm like 80% sure that Barracks will win. He really just does seem to have Light's number. Like, if you guys don't know, Light has been training Barracks for a long time. He's kind of like his protege, sort of training partner. And so he's been teaching him everything he knows. And I don't think it's a situation where it's like, I taught you everything you know, not everything I know. I think it's more of a, Light's taught him pretty much everything he knows, and now Barracks has kind of surpassed the master. We shall see. That's where, you know, this is where we actually get to find out. You know, there can be all kinds of posits. Everybody's got a hot take. Everybody has an idea about who should win the ASL, who is the strongest player, who's the second strongest player. Everybody's got a tier list, right? But it's only in the ASL where we actually get to see who's right and who's wrong and which players are truly the best. That's why it's so awesome to be able to finally commentate that greatest, biggest of all tournaments. I'm loving it. Enjoying every second. Casting it live with Shun is a great honor. Privilege. And I really enjoy your guys' support. I really appreciate your guys' support. Showing up for that live stream. Or watching it later on the Starcast TV YouTube channel. Both great ways to support my cast. When is next ASL Igloo Pilot? You mean like in October? Because I literally just said when Group A is. It's it's in like 7 hours. Yes, it's in 7 hours. Group A, we were just talking about it. Igloo Pilot's playing like another game or something. Igloo Pilot's busy. Season 20. I hope we're going to be casting that as well. It's all down to your guys' support. If you like my casting, if you enjoy the duo cast with me and Shun, make sure to support it. I want to see Speed take it. He's been working so hard. If anyone deserves a win on hard work alone, it's him. Absolutely. I think Speed is capable. He is capable of taking it. The only problem is, will he be able to perform on stage? And I think that's a pretty big ask for someone who's only... He's been in quite a few ASLs, but he's never been super deep. And the pressure is going to be enormous. So if he can play like he does at home and just play his absolute A game, I don't think... pretty much nobody's capable of doing that, but as close as possible to his A game on stage, then we could see it. I think this is his 4th ASL. Yeah, I think that's about right. Would remind me of when Shine went to the finals if Speed were to make it. That was a great season. The finals was not too exciting, but that was still a really fun season. I remember like double checking, like doing a double take every time Shine won a game. I was like, what? Really? He did it again? How the hell is he still doing this? How is he pulling the wool over everybody's eyes? How is he managing to outplay everybody with these weird tactics? It was impressive, to say the least. I think we've come to the end, guys. I think this is just about enough of a anti-spoiler here. A Group D is an insane group. Dude, there's so many groups that are just freaking crazy. I think the Group D is probably the group of death. All of those players could be like finalists. Seriously. Snow, absolutely a finalist. Rush, he's been playing out of his mind. A finalist. Hero, yeah. Mini, yes. Everybody's a finalist. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean they're all in the same group? But then there's Group C. Rain, I mean, dude just does not practice enough. But maybe could go to the finals. Action absolutely deserves to make it to the final. This guy's been, you know, super high level round of 16, round of 8 material forever. Bisu, I don't think Bisu's gonna make it through, guys. I'm gonna predict right now. Bisu is knocked out in the round of 16. Zero, of course, he could make it late as well. He hasn't been performing in the previous ASLs quite as well, but he is still incredibly strong, and he's been performing better and better more recently. But yeah, guys, I'm going to cut it off there. Quick shout out to everybody who supported this stream today, everybody who came in for the live stream. Noah Builder for the 100 gems, and Manu for the 40. Thank you guys. Really do appreciate it. Every little bit helps keeping this stream alive, keeping this series going. And so I don't have any confirmation on what we're going to be watching for next week, when the SDS, or what we're going to be watching on the SDS next week. The next SDS stream will be on the 23rd. No, excuse me, on the 16th. The Wednesday. I'm looking at my calendar right now, and I got a little messed up there. The 16th. At 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Don't miss out on it. Until then, ASL tonight and tomorrow. 7 p.m. KST here live on the SOOP Duel Series channel. The SCTVEN. And by the way, guys, 5 SOOP Duel Series casts coming up in this next week. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20th. Every single day, and we're going to have some great matchups. We don't have information on exactly what those are going to be yet, but I'm very excited to bring those games to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.